Camera was a little late to turn on there. That's all right. And we are going to be hopping right back into the Satisfactory playthrough here. And part 17. Last time we left off building the oil rig, which I'm now standing on. And we're going to try to get this filled out. And actually, this time around, because it's been put off for a couple of episodes now, put together the oil processing and get us some fuel power, because we are in desperate need. Oh yeah, hold on, wait a minute. That's for blueprints. And this time, we're actually going to be using the 5x5, because, yeah, we don't want to take forever on this. There was supposed to be a good way to snap these, but Like, it wants to, but it doesn't want to. So, I don't know. Hold up. Wait a minute. We're just going to pretend that little blob didn't happen. So we not place these down on the right one. Now we are. Alright. Make sure we place this correctly. Don't want to get all the way around and then realize that I messed up. Hopefully we have enough concrete. Sweet, no, that worked out. Oh, I thought it worked out perfectly, but it didn't. Hold on. So it should be boop. And then, no, that's fine. So maybe we take out one side of this, and then we'll be good. Because that makes sense. I made it non-number so that we had a center, but 5 by 5, and it's at like, yeah, I don't know, math, but was it 31? I think I made it 31. Maybe it was more than that. It was 21 on both sides. It was 43 long, right? Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of foundations to put down, so bear with me here. This being a stream, I can't do any like editing magic. Like, boom, time lapse. However, no. Wait, default build mode. What's blueprint build mode? Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Okay. That's way better. Because now I can just do this. Oh, there it is. It's the build mode. It's not snapping. Yeah. Heck yeah, that's nice. Alright, let me situate. Now we're good. Oh, and now I'm gonna be out of concrete. So, I need to figure out how I'm gonna get up and down this thing. And I also need to take out the platforms underneath it. Kind of made this thing, like, very huge. But, I think it should suit us well for processing oil into rubber and plastic and getting a power plant down as well. What is this? Oh, it's just a shadow. But we'll get over here and we'll get this all figured out and everything else, and hopefully let the concrete build up and also get some concrete back. I guess I need to set up some, oh dang it, some more that was very odd. Okay. Y'all didn't see what happened, but I accidentally canceled the dismantle, and then when I brought dismantle back up, I wasn't actually holding anything, like controller or nothing, and just hovering back over the blocks that were selected or the foundations that were selected, and it completely just was like, yeah, you already got those selected. That's why I didn't show like a counter or anything. So, yeah, and I don't see anything else down there for RMB, which would be the right mouse click. All good though. And yeah, the right taskbar that we have over there, I'm glad I got a jetpack on. Oil processing, getting field generators. We did get the modular frames, quick wire, and AI limiters. I think I did do that one in the beginning of the previous episode or the one before that. That went pretty well. Everything there started to work pretty nice. Started utilizing some of the blueprints that I have, and everything else. It went pretty well. There we go. And we'll obviously want to keep this one for now. And then, oh, I should have kept the center and recentered some stuff, but that's all right. We'll figure that out. And while we have the concrete kind of rebuilding, let's kind of see. Oh, it's actually all the way back up already. Looks like we could try to work on getting the rest of the pipe oriented. And to do that, we'll need to figure out where the center of this thing is. I might want to run it up the center. Not like the dead center, just like one of the center on the sides, but I may also try to do it on one of the corners. I don't know. We'll see. I'll just put it in the dead center, and we'll down here, and we'll plan from there if we need to move pipes or anything. I need to place this back down to find the exact center. Alright. So I can actually figure it out from here. So if I do 21 this way, it's on the 22nd. That's the center. So this one's going to be the center block. And I can take this out again. Come on, come on. There we go. And then we can kind of work some of it out from here instead. And we'll do that. Yeah. Let's grab out some of our curve blueprints, and we'll want to curve right here from this. Yeah, I'm good with that. And then something I haven't considered is like continuing out this way, like doing an angle, a like slight curve, and then continuing out like this, and then curving back in. Because right now, that would kind of put us right in here. But I want to see what it also looks like when I don't do that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then yep, that right there. So let's see, if we do a continue curve right, we're going to be that's not it at all. What's going on here? I'm guessing I had it backwards. 10 degree, continue curve right. Do have it in blueprint mode, that might be the reason why. Yep. Then we'll curve it back left from here. So let's get that out. And oh shoot, do we do continue curve left from this? Actually, I don't know. I feel like we should. And be like that. Wanted to do some curves, so it's a little different And decorative wise, it, you know, holds, I guess, a little bit of more beauty in the eye. Let's continue curve left again. And that'll get us going back north and south, I believe. Right. I need to... Do I need to curve one more for it to be back on the grid? Or do I just need to continue from this? No. Alright. We will just continue like this. We'll end up taking a lot of this out. And we're going to replace that with this line. We'll just run all the things that we're going to run down here, which is going to be the pipes and everything. We'll get it going here and hopefully get some actual oil processing done in today's stream. I don't plan on streaming too disastrously long, but probably be like 2.5 hour stream, I'm hoping. Did I say that was a center? Oh no, wait, that's the center over there. It's just curving off of it. Okay. I guess that will allow me to do something like this. Guess I can save myself by using a half. Just a little bit though. All right. I think that's right. I'll just cover up that little gap that I seen over there. Yep. Not to mention that this whole thing has a gap. That and I'd also love to see what this kind of looks like, and you can do that through Satisfactory calculator. If you did upload your save, you can see your foundations and stuff, and it's pretty neat to see that from time to time. So I'm gonna upload it to that real quick and just look at it. We'll go ahead and where's it at? This thing? There we go. So we'll get it open, upload a new save in here. And we'll load that up and then see what it kind of looks like in our area. And also just unselect all these layers and then toggle off the fog of war. So pretty nice. And that oil rig is going to be nice. I'm thinking we might try to curve off of this back into this side. So we'll take this out and then continue from whatever this curve is over here and into this line. Just merge all those together. Instead of kind of having this weird deal here and then trying to like merge back in from this side or like doing a straight. I like to go from this corner. So we'll rip all this out. And then we'll have to fill all that in. 53, yeah, there we go. In the player info. But yeah, I like to look at this whenever I'm like doing a little bit of planning. If I'm placing a factory somewhere and I just want to see how it looks with the surrounding landscape, and like this kind of looks wonky to me. So if I just keep this and this, but then I continue to go this way and with the curves back into this, then that'll work out pretty well. And so let's get back over into the stream, or into the game at least. And we'll work on that. So it'd be right here in this. And if I did it anywhere, it would kind of need to just be... First of all, let's disconnect it a bit. And then it needs to continue off of this one. Which means that I also need to start taking out these. And then what we'll do is grab the continue right. Yep. Are these not? No, these are 2 meters. This is just because this one's freaking it out. Hold on. Let's see if I can't do that again. Continue curve right. Yeah, that'd be why. And we'll just nudge that back into this. Then grab a 2 meter. Go on. I know I can get it back on there. There we go. Sweet. And I don't know how to fix Zed fighting at all, so it's just gonna stay like this. And then let's do... I feel like we're gonna need to do another continue. And then curve it back in. Or do I start curving it back in from here? I don't know. Let's find out. We'll do this and then try to do another continue, but it'll be a curve left. Let's merge that in here and then do that again. That looks right. And then if I did that, it'd kind of be off-centered, so I'll need to figure out where I can do like a tiny extension just to get it merged back in, which could be like right in here before this one. So we'll just go out one and then grab this again. Then if I put, oh, not a continue right, so we'll continue left. And then that should kind of merge in there a little nicer. We'll have to go just a little bit more. That looks pretty good. And yeah, this little bit shouldn't look too awkward. Yep, that's pretty good. And then it will kind of get rid of some of this excess platform that we have placed down. But let's get this figured out over here and how we want to do this if we just want to continue it off like so or not. I feel like we might want to do like a slight rotation on that. So if I did put down a, nope, continue curve left on this, if I could, and then I guess we could also just take this out for a sec, take this out for a sec. And then let's grab the catwalk. Put you down and put one, and then just like so. So yeah, if I did do that, it'd be off by a small amount versus if I just go in like this. So that's fine with me. Keeping it like this and kind of just merging in on a single line. And we'll upload that back into the save calculator and kind of see how that looks. Probably not going to tear it down if it doesn't look the greatest. In the sake of progress name. At least not on stream. Let's get back up to... getting this where it needs to be. There we go. And yeah, that looks pretty good. A lot better than what it was. So now we have these all merging in. This little bit here looks weird. I guess I needed to continue one out here and then start doing the curve instead of what I did here. And that makes sense why it kind of looks strange. Right, so like right in here is maybe when I needed to go one more out and then do the curve. This is, we'll give that one a try. Doesn't hurt. Maybe it will look a little nicer. So we'll do one like this. Go back to curve left. Oh. Just like so. And then we'll want to just do this. Because if I even tried to do something like this, I don't think it'd sit pretty well, would it? Unless I did something kind of like this and then just filled in the gap. But yeah, because that would look way too odd. So let's just do this. That looks a little smoother. Not that we have to do this, but might as well. As well as I do still have the save editor up, so you're gonna watch me do this save again with the changes I made. Yeah, so now instead of it being like a little wonky, this curve continues pretty straight and extending here instead of weirdly over here. Nice. This one works pretty well, and then we'll just create a little thing that platforms onto this. Nice. Yeah, once we got to all of this corner state, you know, we were pretty off of the grid as it was, so we kind of soft merged onto this, which is off the grid. But let's get back into here and we'll continue the building of the oil rig. Got a couple of concrete pillars over there. And then we'll want to kind of put this in a way of getting onto here, where you might keep it free floating with some halves. And that at least gives us some room to merge this on. So let's go to the piping, and we'll want to unlock Mark IIs. for a lot of this, but we also just need to... Was it facing the wrong way? Or, no, I guess you just gotta double click. But I wanted to see how many of these we can kind of fit on one thing. Right next to each other anyway. Just like so. Yeah, we could place it like so. And place it like so. Yeah, we can fit 4 on here for sure. And that'll connect all 4 of these lines. And then somewhere in here, we might do a pump, like or I guess you could call it a pump tower, but it's the water tower method, but for the oil, of course. So just to get the head lift all figured out, we'll be good. But we'll get that figured out in due time. And what we'll want to do is get this figured out here, which I guess we should just... I didn't think so. Sure will be nice once we get the straight mode for those. Things will look a lot nicer. Oh, that's not even straight, is it? Not really. Oh, that... what? I did. That should be though, right? Yeah. Alright, and we can always go for a cleaner look if we take out these supports, I do believe, because they don't actually like connect to the support per se. But if they did, like when you get rid of these, just make sure to connect the pipes up where they need to on the side of another pipe. So I believe this one's a pier, and then that one's a pier, and we have 2 normals. Kind of sounds right. We need to get this one on the far right, but it's also going to be coming in on its own thing. Oh, it's kind of more so already connected here, so we'll just do that. So if I did that's not even going to be straight. I'd have to like slightly bump it over. No, that's not even straight. It'd have to be in between that, like right here. No. All right, back the auto. Let's get... I'm not entirely sure how I want to do these curves either. For now, I know that I'll do this. Then get this hooked up. And eventually we'll have that oil over there to deal with on the well. Good to me. And we'll just continue to run this decent ways around. So probably just do a little noodle ordeal. I hope. Let's get up here and look at a couple of the modes that we have. So auto's not gonna do much. Noodle does help. Okay, noodle it is. Let's wing it. I guess what you want is to make sure that you're placing it in straight with the next one. So for instance, if I go over here, like it's gonna be yeah, it's canted slightly. But I could do this. Realign it. Alright, now we are on the straight. Yep. Which with auto doesn't really look that well, does it? That plus this one wasn't really placed right. So let's get all these inner pipes out. And we'll try that one again, but without noodle. I don't know if there's going to be a good way to do that then. I don't know how to do curves with pipes that well. That's what it is, I guess. Watch that one. Yeah. See if that one hits it off or not. Kind of looks very strange. Not great at all. But it'll do. And then we'll get this hooked up how it needs to be. Nice. So now we got this all hooked in. I did that all with noodles, so that might look weird. But maybe it won't. Was it also placed? No, I think it was placed the same position. So we're good there. Thought I was wrong. We're good. But the curves on these pipes, kind of tough. They look like trash when I do them. And so this one probably needs to go into the second center lane, so we need to figure out where that needs to sit. It's gonna look something like placing this here. Guess I just need a support to do that. And then placed that wrong, didn't I? Maybe not quite that wrong because it needs to go in there, but I didn't do that. And then here. Nope. So it's actually just right here. I don't know why I took those out. Let me put those back. That was kind of a dull moment. Nope, not what I want to do. Now I'm just Butterfingers. No, that's not right. I'll deal with that later. But let's get this looking decent enough. Yeah, I didn't think so. This is gonna look strange. Okay, auto doesn't make it look too weird. That little bend is a little odd because it's sitting right on top of an S. Little curve that we have going on. Oh, hold on. Maybe I'm doing this wrong, so if anybody's curved pipes a lot better than I have before, so pointers aren't too bad. I feel like I'm getting the hang of it a little bit though. I think with pipes it'd be easier to do curves. It's not the case for me. So far it is. And I'm a little bit of a stickler, CradonGames. Nice to see you here. Thanks for joining. Really do appreciate the company. That one over there I use like noodle mode and it doesn't look that well. But this one's not going too bad. That right there looks god-awful. This section actually looks really good. I feel like it's one of those things that if I really wanted to, I could just hide it behind a bunch of walls, but I don't know when I'm gonna really worry about doing that. How do I want to do this? This needs to sit in here, I think. Yeah, that gives enough room. I hope, because that'll come straight down the side like this. And then we'll go straight from here. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yeah, that's fair. Well, thanks, Cradon. I won't feel too god-awful about it. And I think this is off. Oddly enough, why do those look like they're at a slight angle? Are they? Oh no. Why do I feel like those are at an angle? Like, it'd be weird for them too, but maybe I built them awkwardly. Like, that's kind of like popping out to the side, is it not? Weird. Okay. Well, it is what it is. And for the sake of progress, I'm just going to ignore it. Or we'll be here all day. And then this I need to just hook up like that. We got one more pipe section to do, so. true. I'm trying to fit 4 on here. Well, I guess that's might be where kind of went wrong with it. Haha, oh yeah. Yeah, no. I see the little bit of an issue there. Okay. Oddly enough, though, I'm not really sure how those all like fit right next to each other perfectly, and then on the other side it was like, no. So I just need to fix this side, and then we'll probably be good. So undo these last bits, and we'll get this figured out. So if I... Oh, come on. Yeah, I might have to manually place these again. Let's try like this. See, it wants to come off the line there. Kind of mess up. It might be because of this. That's probably what screwed it up. Yeah, it's not okay. Yeah, I think it's because of that half foundation we had under here. But yeah, pressing H and being able to make sure it's still in alignment, which that right there kind of tells me it is. Then hold on. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted. No, why does it do that? I thought you had to scroll to get that. Let's try to be really still then. Not move. That looks better. And now we can hopefully just connect that. See, that's going to be off, isn't it? That's fine, though. For now. Now I need to move this. I'll set that up. Yeah. Of course, it's off a little bit. It is a slightly odd because of these curved foundations going off of the world grid and the way that they do. So I'm just gonna have to try to see if I can do like a small nudge here. Noodle looks fine. Alright. As long as this looks straight. When I do multiple pipes on a foundation like that, I always do the support first, then put the pipe in because those pipes get crazy. Yeah, that's fair. I could have done that a little bit. On the curves, I think it's easier to extend off of one from another. But yeah, if I'm doing alignments like this, I should have put the supports first, like you mentioned. I'll keep that in mind. I mean, I'm not sure if I'll ever curve pipes again on another location, but this one I thought I'd try to be unique a little bit. Just mess around with it. I haven't done a lot of curves before, so kind of just wanted to see how it goes. And this one's going to be a little odd, but we'll use the support to line it up where it needs to go. So this is where the first one was, I do believe. Then the second one would be like this. So that's where it needs to sit on this junction here. If you're just running the pipes, I just run the pipes. But yeah, getting tired of pipes trying to snap into one another. Yeah, which Control helped me with that a little bit, but yeah, it kind of sucked to have like 5 or 6 connections that one can, like a pipe can go into, and it's just like not working for you. This here, I'm not going to worry about it being straight yet. I can always come back to it, but it's at a decent diagonal and not like weird. I think I left it on auto when I did the last one, so we were just doing this. Basically just getting it slightly onto the curved platform and then making sure that it lines up in with this. And that kind of helped out a little bit, and it made it look a little better. Yep. Felt like it did anyway. Anyways, Cradon, other than just pipes, how's your day been and everything? Hopefully everything's been well, and hopefully anything you got going on Satisfactory is going well. Play the game often? Do I have another curve here? What's going on? Oh, I do. Thought I was in the clear. There we go. Now we can go straight for a bit. Play it all the time. One of your favorite games? I agree. I've been stuck on it for a little while. Kind of an obsession with Satisfactory. It's just a really nice game that you can sit down and relax to, or you know, it's not really stressful by any means. Oh, that is very nice. Gets a little stressful later on. Yeah, I think I've lucked out by not getting so far into the game yet. I've only ever gotten to phase 4, and not like completing phase 4, like just completing phase 3, I think, and then having to go to phase 4. So I know I'm in for a real treat once I get into nuclear stuff. Kind of dreading it, but at the same time, it's gonna be good. So, Cradon, have you beaten the game before, or just kind of... Yeah, I guess just beaten the game, or how far have you gotten into the game? Just let me know a little bit about that. Beat it in 1.0, never an early release. Yeah, same here, man. I feel like an early release, I played it a decent amount, but I just played it to get familiar with it because I was curious about the game, but I never actually got into it until 1.0, and I'm not even sure why that is. 1.0 is just a lot more stable, I guess, and had some pretty nice build changes and everything else. With the belts having build modes and the blueprints being better than they used to be, like 1.0 kind of really drug me back, so. But that's cool. You beat it. I am still yet to beat it. I'm hoping to do that in this run, though. Yeah, an end goal. I guess I never played early access enough to realize that they, I guess, didn't really have an end goal. And I'm not even really sure what the end goal necessarily is here either, as far as things go in that regards. I should probably set this... Oh boy, this is going to be fun. How do I want to do this? This little corner's not going well. How do I just... Yeah, I think I do something like that, maybe. Oh boy. Maybe I place this one first and then I can figure this other bit out. Half nudges? Yeah. Yeah, half nudges have been a pretty big lifesaver on some things. I don't know if I did that here. I'll have to kind of rotate it first, I think. I'll give it a shot. See if it is going to help out. I guess if I rotated it that way, it's not going to look the greatest. I just need to get it in the same rotation as this is, but it doesn't want to. So let's see. It's like in a weird spot because I think this one kind of like clipped onto this one, maybe. So I may just have to like take an L in this area. Or go out a little further with it. Let's push this one back. Try out some of the other modes. Yeah, we could do that. See if this works a little better. Or see if it even got onto this one. Which kind of looks like it did. It might have got onto the other one. Alright, that looks better. Then we should be able to get this back. Thanks for the help there. Yeah, deleting the foundations is good. That got it closer. It definitely isn't the greatest look, but... makes me think when I see this with Noodle, if I should have built all the curves as best as I could with it, but... I don't know. I kind of like the straight wonkiness of it. Kind of matches the foundations a bit. And we'll just keep auto mode here. Oh, I guess that one placed weird. That's why it's a little strange. Let's get back to placing this correctly. There we go. And then maybe that will fix itself. Not quite. Oh, that'll bother me a little bit that I didn't snap all these in the same spot. Yeah, we can always come back and fix this at some point, but I kind of just wanted to have a spot where all these meet up in a nice little decorative manner. Instead of being a little just straightforward and bland. But yeah, now we need to do some... I got this big oil rig platform over here, and I'm going to try to be doing some type of like that water tower method in between, probably to get some head lift or just worry about the head lift over there. But if I did a head lift tower over here, then later on down the line, if I ever go up between floors or anything else, maybe I don't have to. Looks good. Thanks, man. First run through wasn't particularly pretty. I just try to beat it. Yeah, I'm trying to get over that hump of wanting to make things too perfect. I got a lot to learn as far as the building ways go, and that's just going to come with more experience. So I'm in the same boat. I'm mostly trying to focus on getting the factories in place and working on more what's just detrimental to making progress and not staying behind too long. Otherwise, I probably would spend like 2 hours just on the pipes alone. Oh yeah, I got another curve up here. Oh shoot, I got to curve 4 pipes. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's going to be fun. But they're actually starting out from a perfect position, and those other ones I kind of messed up, I think. So we'll see. And I need to place these like... I'm going to place them all right here. And so what we'll do... place all these. And then we'll be able to curve all this. Yeah, I'm not even sure in this stream if I'm gonna if I'm gonna get any of the refineries in place, but I mean that's all right. Just having a little build stream is not too bad. And the last one I did a bunch of factories, mostly the modular frames, the quick wire, and the AI limiters over there on the right side. I just haven't taken those off. And let's see. I'm gonna mute for a second, just take a drink. That way it's not annoying anybody watching. Alright. I'm back. But we'll run. We'll get all these pipes ran. And then hopefully figure out the corner up here and figure out how we want to do all the head lift. If I have to, then I'll take out the middle section. You do the same thing when you stream? Yeah, mute your mic and stuff. The eating sounds in the game are kind of easier to deal with, but I feel like with me, I'm already right next to the mic. It's more realistic. Even though the sounds are probably still relatively the same. They did realistic sounds and whatnot. More than likely, I'm actually curious if any games have really taken that approach where they just actually film someone chewing to get like chewing sounds. That'd be pretty nasty to hear. A circle bottle? Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially when you do have a bottle. They do make a lot of noise, unless it's like a shaker bottle or anything, but the bottles that have like a nozzle or a filter nozzle or anything else. I understand that. Yeah. And, I mean, I have this Blue Yeti here, and it's decent and everything, but I haven't fine-tuned a lot of the settings where the noise suppression or anything else has been kind of fine-tuned, because I did have it incorrectly configured for one of my streams and videos, and the gate would just cut out everything I was kind of speaking. And so, yeah, that was just rough. So I kind of just slightly disabled it for now. So I just mute my mic if I think I'm going to be too annoying. Sweet. This is good. Let's see. Hopefully we don't get any wild clipping in this. It's kind of what I feel like is going to happen. So we'll see. And or if I accidentally place it incorrectly, but hopefully that won't be the case. And hopefully right here is straight. Nope. How many turns we got? Okay, I think that's straight though, right? Yeah, that'll be nice. Okay, so we'll place these supports. I guess we're gonna be going up. Yeah, so we'll just go from here. And, oh, I don't really want to have to put that back, but it won't be too hard if I did, so. That'll help out a bit. And then here's what we'll do. We'll put that corner back on. Did I tap all four? Oh, hold on. I missed the message right before that. Yeah, I hotkeyed the hyphen key on my numpad, or I guess the minus key, to mute, so it's easy to do. Yeah, I should definitely do that. A lot of times when I press the mute button on this mic, I forget to turn it on sometimes, so I'm just sitting here like talking, and then see the flashing light, and kind kind of forget it. Did I tap all 4? Yeah, I did. I did tap all 4 here. And what I've been doing a little bit, because it looks nice from above and on the map and everything, I'll typically load it up on the interactive map and kind of see what it looks like from above and get a good view on if I place it down in a decent location or not. Obviously, I'm not going to move the giant oil rig and stuff that I have in place, but with the foundations, I messed around with it first. So yeah, I tapped all 4 of these ones here. And since I don't have the resource well extractor thing yet, but that'll come in handy too. But yeah, I kind of tapped all these and started to do a little bit of curving. Feel like it does make it look nice from here. So if I turn that off, it'll look a little nicer. But yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, let me switch that back off. So yes, we did tap all 4. It was either going to be building here or in the Blue Crater Lake, and I kind of wanted to build over here because I have done it before, but just not like the oil rig build, which is what I wanted to do. I thought the one that Total did in his like Season 7 ordeal was pretty nice, so I just wanted to do that here. Uh-oh. I think it already turned, which is that, yeah, that'd be why. Okay. At least I know about the other one. Built my fuel plant there on those 4, then found the other one later and had to ignore it because you already built the area out. So you knew these 4 were here. Is it the resource well that you forgot or didn't realize was there, or like just one of the other weird nodes like that one? Because that one is a weird node just right on the island, but... Yeah, it was news to me too, honestly. I was also no idea how shocked when you found it. I would be too. I actually had no idea how they really worked until I started watching some videos. It just popped up in a stream. Wasn't necessarily looking for it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Because I seen them on the map, I just didn't know how to utilize them at all. We'll get that out of here. Put this back down. There we go. And then we just need to... There we go. It's a good thing you did this here and not Blue Crater if you decide to do rocket fuel. Blue Crater's perfect for it. Yeah, Blue Crater, I mean, it has a lot of oil nodes around it, a lot closer than what's here. I feel like that's going to be way better for a fuel plant than this one is. I think with this one, I'm going to set up a little bit of fuel power to get my power grid kind of supporting itself for a bit. But yeah, this is probably just going to be for plastics and rubbers. And I mean, obviously... you get byproducts off of those anyway, so everything kind of ends up building out just fine in the end. But I haven't messed around with enough of the, like I know some of the oil processing things you could get pretty wild with. So I got to learn that much. Well, this is easier if I just do it from up here. No, hold on. Go back one. Okay. this one's a little tricky. How did I... Okay, this one's just gonna be like that. Nope. I might have to remove this one for a sec. There we go. So you're actually in the blue crater right now, making, whoo, that's a lot of power. 550,000. Rocket fuel power plant. Yeah, that's wild. I bet that took ages to set up too. I guess that's another good topic. Like, how many hours do you have in the game? With that kind of thing and beating the game, I'm actually curious how much hours-wise it would take, but lots of blueprints. I don't doubt it. Oh no. I had it. That's not it. 1,000 hours. That sounds about right. I haven't beaten the game. I only have probably 400 hours now. Pretty young on the hours. Okay, I'm gonna have to do the same thing with this one. That seems to do the trick. There we go. Seems like a ridiculous amount, but then I hear how much bits or total. Yeah. Yeah, I think. I mean, they have a lot of hours, but I've heard one of them say they had like 13,000 hours on it or something. I was like, woo, that's a lot. But I mean, when you do stream it and play it all the time like they have, and I mean, they've done it since early access, which makes sense too, so. In comparison, 400's some rookie numbers for me. I'm gonna have to put it back for this one. All three of them are over 11? Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, Kibitz builds some insanely, like, crazy mega factories from the get-go. I mean, so does Bits a little bit, but yeah, they are some different specimens. I try to learn a lot from them. What Darren plays is... I think he's got over 1,000. Maybe he doesn't have too much, but he's another one that I watch from time to time. Has some pretty good streams, and I like that he does that often. It's more or less what I'm trying to do, is do a little bit of what Darren plays. Oh yeah. Yeah, with what Darren plays, his mannerisms and what he does on streams, I'm trying to do a little bit of what he's doing. When Darren will be on? Yeah. Yeah, and Total was out for a bit, traveling, and then was sick. And it'd be pretty cool to go visit Coffee Stain, but yeah, being sick, and I was really following along with his latest episodes, and I didn't know that he went out. I was like, man, he disappeared for a bit, but should be coming back. He did say he'd be working on oh, what was the video? The perfect starting guide. And I was learning a little bit from those, so. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this one out. I have to place this back. Yeah, everybody who went to Sweden got sick. Oh boy. There we go. watch Fluxo a lot. He doesn't build big, but he's top notch at beautiful builds. I haven't even heard of Fluxo. So I'm gonna go look that up on YouTube just really quickly. Hopefully doesn't bother you that I went still on the stream real quick just to look that up. Look Fluxo up. Yeah, small channel. I mean, mine's stupid small, but when I say small, 17K compared to the others, so I'll have to watch. Yeah, some of his I think I've seen the perfect blueprint for fuel generators. I haven't seen it, but I've seen that thumbnail, and some of these thumbnails look familiar. Pull the chat back up. Yeah, I'd love to be more aesthetically pleasing with my builds, but I know that will come with just getting more game hours in. Except at this time, I kind of do want to direct this one towards just beating the game a little bit and then work on it. I think it'd be cool to just do an aesthetically pleasing factory playthrough at some point, because there are some pretty neat. If you give me a Reddit link, yeah, give me 1 second. I think I have the links disabled, but I can enable that for you in the chat. Just trying to copy the name, but it didn't like when I did that. So let me. Hey, and thanks for the follow. I'm trying to find where that setting is at for enabling the links. I think it's actually on Twitch and not on Streamlabs, because I do have moderation set up on both. So let me go to that real quick on moderation. And then, block hyperlinks is off. So maybe I do have something on Streamlabs. You can try to send a Reddit link and see if it goes through, and if not, we'll work on it. And I'll make sure that you can send that. Or I also do have Discord, and you are more than welcome to join there. I am trying to put together a gaming community in that sense, and so if you're okay with joining Discord, then I'd be happy to let you share it there. Yeah, let's see, the CloudBot and then moderation, link protection. Yeah, let's get Discord up and send you a link to it. Let's see, go to my channel. I lose the Discord link all the time. There we go, now get out of those. And pull the chat back up. All right, there's a Discord link. And would love to have you. With my name being SilentVoid, I've kind of named the Discord channel the Void Dwellers. Sweet. Thank you for joining. Let me open it up. Give you a hi. I need to see about putting in some like custom emotes and stuff. Try to make some of those because it'd be pretty cool to have on stream and in here. But yeah, having the Discord. I do have a Satisfactory game chat, so feel free to throw it in there if you'd like. You can also just put in Void Dwellers and everything else. I need to set up some more chat channels. But yeah, you can throw it into either one of those two if you like. All right, let's see if we can get this one figured out. Guessing I need to get rid of this one. There we go. That'll do it. Yeah, that might be my bad on having to wait the 8 minutes. It might be a rule thing that I said on there. But that's no biggie. Your friend and I built a refinery pyramid in the desert. Took about a week to build and decorate. Skills aren't great. Neither am I. I feel like everybody kind of has to go through that unless you're a god at just building in general. I feel like I'm learning something new with building every day. And put it on Put it on Reddit for the community highlights. Yeah, I'd be happy to see it. You get this corner sections put back in. Yeah, I got one more right here. There we go. And we should be done with putting in the pipes for the most part. You shouldn't have to deal with them for hopefully forever. In the game credit, hey, thanks for the follow. I know I kind of said that already, but it really does. I really do appreciate it. Plan on trying to make some better stream overlays and make it a little more personal. I have some colleagues who work in design, but I also dabble in graphic design and stuff. So I know the stream's a little bland, but I'll work on it. It'll get there. And hopefully make it a little more personal and more enjoyable to be on stream. It is pretty hard. And, you know, I'd be happy to support you as well. So, you know, for following me, I'll give you a follow back. Small channels kind of got to stick around and help each other out, and really glad that you came by. It helps make entertaining. You know, I am streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, and for the most part, I only get some views off of Twitch, and YouTube is more or less just where the videos end up posting after and stay forever. Twitch right now, it just goes away after so long. So I use it as a platform for building the YouTube series, instead of having to really edit all the stuff. So it makes it much more entertaining in the video when there's someone in chat. So really appreciate it. Now that we have this built out, personally don't go for all that extra stuff. Just enjoy watching someone who enjoys the game, and I can at least I can at least hear them. Yeah, that's something that I'm trying to get used to, is talking more often. But because I also am trying to post stuff to YouTube, it's made it easier for me to remember that I constantly have to try to keep talking, because if I'm just in a stream and I know that at the end it's just a video that goes away, I streamed, nobody went and viewed it, then maybe I won't talk as often. So just having that YouTube thing for me, knowing that at the end of the day it's going to stay there for a while, and someone may go on there and enjoy the content if I talk in the times where I don't have 0 viewers as a good practice. That kind of helps me. Maybe not for everybody. You know, everybody might not struggle with that, but I do. I'm not as social. I would say I'm more of an introvert, really. So, learning process for sure. Starting out has been pretty tough, but just got to stay consistent. I feel you. I like being a homebody, so like I stick to myself for the most part. But very, yeah, I've heard that consistency is key. It is. Well, I guess I wouldn't know yet, but consistency is what I've, like, every video that I've tried to watch just to gain motivation to do this sort of thing in the streams. That's like the number one thing I've heard them speak about all the time. Is like, it's not for the faint of heart. You're not gonna rise up in the analytics and the algorithms unless you're being consistent, and viewers don't want to come if they know you're not sticking to a certain schedule, or if they know that you're getting on every once in a while, then it's a little hard to keep up with you. Been trying to visit smaller channels like mine and hang out because I know it makes is so much easier to stream when I have somebody there. For sure, and I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna try to recuperate that into you, and I'll have to catch up with whatever you're streaming, and I'll open up your account now. I did follow, so I'll be able to see that, and I'll try to see your schedule and see, if you are sticking to the schedule I'm loosely trying to stick to mine, then, I'll hop in and I'll watch. It might not be necessary, but I feel like it's something that I would like to do. Supporting other small streamers, and especially if you're in the Discord and everything else, like, we could just build that community together even, and maybe it turns into us two streaming things out, and that could blossom something. Who knows? So just being supportive is, I feel, maybe not necessary, but I like to do it. Since you joined, I have been working on this for a bit, but I do need to go back to the base. I'm going to empty out some of the inventory, so we'll get over there, and you'll get to see some of the things that I've done. Oh, and I just accidentally slid over this. Might make a nice montage for running back. The alien technology tree, sure have. All the way up to where I really can so far. I need to go gather a lot more immersive spheres, but I've gathered quite a bit on the map. Okay, that thing has respawned, but not the other bits. There it is. Dimensional Depot. Oh, dude, it's a game changer. I'm really glad that they added something like that. Early access, when I remembered it, was just running between all the storage containers and trying to get it into somewhere if you had to. And even if they never do a dimensional thing where you can, like, also pull from it, except for in your inventory, like, the system now works pretty well without that kind of in place. But it would make the game pretty, like, neat to not only be able to upload through conveyor belts, but also, like, export through a dimensional depot. Probably drastically change the game in a sense. You don't really have to pull it from a dimensional depot, but it would be like teleporting resources from one space to another without needing trains or whatever else. So that's the only dynamic that would change. Yeah, that's kind of what I am in pace with too. It just make it way too easy. Oh no, spiders! I do not like these guys. Hence explosions. There we go. That should be all of them. I don't have arachnophobia, so I don't turn arachnophobia on, but to be honest, I think the cats would I mean, the cats are funny. Don't get me wrong. The graphics of them feel out of place, which they're meant to be, but you can still see like some of the spider. So it's, I don't know. It's just something else. Yeah, and late game they do have like teleportals and stuff. Like they have portals for transporting yourself, but I haven't seen a lot of people use those because I haven't watched a lot of the YouTubers that I do watch get to the end yet. I'm still trying to, but I don't want to spoil too much of it yet until I like do a stream through it. So I'm trying to be a little cautious about it, but at the same time, I do watch them. Always tell people the spiders don't bother me at all because I have an 18-year-old daughter and she's way scarier. But the poison spiders are, oh yeah. No, I do not, I don't mess with the radiation spiders. If I can, I build a tower or two and I just throw as many explosives as I can. The feel for the teleporters, super expensive. That's why not many people use them. That makes sense. Neat though. Yeah. I mean, they kind of do have to make them expensive. I get it because it's late game. Kind of curious what all... I'll have to look it up sometime and just see what's needed to make it, just to be like know the amount of, like put it into a calculator or something for just running one or so and see how big that factory would be. But yeah, this is home base. I did build in the grassy fields just because I'm doing my first, not my first playthrough, but first playthrough for stream and YouTube. I felt like you kind of had to start here. Nuclear pasta is one of the ingredients, just to give you an idea. Okay. Well, that's fun. I don't even know what nuclear pasta takes to make because I just got to unlocking that phase in a multiplayer world, so I'm actually, and I know it's already going to be insane. I've heard a lot of people saying nuclear, like, I have a viewer, Vinegar Bob, that was in here yesterday, and we were talking about some of the late game stuff, and was saying copper powder and then like aluminum stuff is pretty like you need so much of it. In your stream on Saturday? Hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Vinegar Bob kept me entertained last night on my stream and had a lot of good things in chat, great conversations. That's pretty neat though. What's going on here? Am I just disconnected from power? Oh, I never connected to power. That's cool. Okay, well, fix that one. But yeah, this little factory is just producing some basic stuff. That's all going into depots. Nothing crazy. I have some other factories around that are a little neater. Well, maybe not neat. They're just doing some other things. Like the modular engines and the adaptive control units, I think, is what I'm needing to work on now. I don't have those set up yet just because, oh yeah, I don't even have the milestone. I've been forgetting why I'm building the oil stuff, which is mostly for the next milestones. And not just power, but I need to do some things there. I do have one mod on the stream. If I'm trying to build a factory and I don't want to deal with nighttime, and I do use the Sky UI, which Total uses a lot, and I set it to a relative daytime so that I have the brightness to see. That way I'm not really messing with anything. But if I'm adventuring and exploring, I won't touch it. I'll let it run its course. But if I'm just building, then I'll kind of mess with it a bit. And let's put that up. Yeah, Mark IV, I don't really utilize trucks a lot. I've never used any mode of transportation, monorails or trucks. I kind of know how they work. I've never messed with them. But I've also never gotten past, like, phase 3 or phase 4, so. Wish I had that one. My friend and I are doing our big builds on a server, so it's not on there. Ah, that makes sense. I wanted to get a nighttime picture of the build for Reddit, and I had to wait until it got dark. Yeah, I did the same thing for my thumbnails. I had to wait. I didn't even know about Sky UI for a bit. But yeah, I can't imagine having to wait. Or I guess I can't imagine. I did have to do it, but waiting for like dark time or the daylight to come through. I was waiting for daylight and then I missed it because I walked away from my computer and I was like, okay, I just need one snapshot or like a recording or something. And I completely forgot that I was doing that when I walked away. So when I came back, I had to wait another daylight suit, like 50 minutes, I think is what it says. Yeah, total day length would have been, yeah, like 50 minutes. Or night. No, I only had to wait 10 minutes. I had to wait for the day. That's what it was. Only 2 achievements didn't get was the golden nut and the 5 kilometers of rails for the trains because I didn't build a train in my playthrough at all. Yeah, I really want to mess with trains on this one, so I'm sure I'll probably try to get it. I don't know if I'll do like a world grid setup because I'm not like one that goes all the way around the world, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know the inner workings of trains and stuff, but I do have some blueprints for them that are pretty nice. Like the curves and then some ramps, straights, and stuff. But this support beam that I have is one, it's like totals that I messed with and put, like you can put like 2 train rails on it or something. So plan on messing with those a bit, but I have some curves for the railways. They're like the 5-degree curves and stuff with some railings and stuff on them. But yeah, having to wait on the daylight to come through kind of sucks, but yeah, I was doing that for their thumbnail picture in Discord. Yeah, I'll open up your Reddit here. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, the pyramid. That's pretty cool. And yeah, with concrete, I wonder. I mean, it does like create enough contrast next to the like sand texture that's there. Wonder if you could have textured the customizer paint enough where it kind of just blended in. That might have been cool too. But no, I dig it. It's more abstract and not your normal everyday kind of factory. So that's pretty dope. I keep forgetting what else I was doing here. Yeah, I have this little thing. This is just the summer sloop setup for the all these remains to get a lot of tickets. And I don't think... Oh, I do have some power slugs. I have slugs over here too. Same thing, absolutely. See, I didn't know about this in my multiplayer world that I just started, like, played with my brother and a friend, and, like, it was kind of all 3 of ours, like, first experience back into Satisfactory. Or I guess my brother's first, and then friends, like, return. And I didn't even know about the duplication. And I was like, we handcrafted so many of them. I think we, like, explored all this section of the map and collected so many slugs and like killed so many aliens early on, and I didn't know about the duplication, so we were like, you're telling me we could have done this from the start? Yeah, so with this playthrough I really waited. I collected so many slugs and kept all the remains and stuff until I built this, really, and only built the minimal I needed to like do any research. Yeah, and then I got a little hypertube cannon. Disconnected for the power for now, because that thing takes up way too much power. Spire Coast is a gold mine for Mercer Spears and Slugs whenever you decide to explore more. Spire Coast, the like weird middle section, like this thing that's like over here, I think. Kind of like a decently dangerous place, or maybe it's not that one. Maybe Spire Coast is it the like pretty watered area, the northern middle? Oh yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. It's a really nice building location. It looks, or at least like the tons of oil up there too. That's unique. I think this location is also like some of the best locations to start at because there's so many pure nodes and they're like all the types of resources are right here. So not only is this place pretty to build in, but this location specifically is a decent starter area, I've heard. But this area is also pretty cool, these craters. I've never built in this area or started in the northern forest, so that's on my list to do too. This up here is just what I was sending in for style frameworks and stuff. And then Still Factory is over yonder. Also, with all the Mercer Spears and Slugs, the hotfix, like the 1.00.5 or whatever the latest hotfix was, or no, the one before that, made all like a lot of those respawn, like all of them. So I ended up getting more too. So that was dope. But yeah, I got this big O area. I'll go up there to show it off a little. Obviously nothing you haven't seen, but used to start in the northern forest where there were four pure iron, 2 pure copper, 2 pure quartz, and I think it was 2 pure concrete, along with caterium and sulfur. But they moved the quartz and some caterium and before that, it was the best starting location in the game. Yeah, I feel like there's still, I don't know, whatever this location is here. Recently, somebody mentioned in 1.0 has some decent resources, or maybe it was before 1.0, so maybe where you were kind of talking about, where they removed it. So it might not be good anymore, but it looked decent to try out at some point. It'd also be cool just to do an aesthetically sensible factory in Northern Forest just to deal with the verticality issues. But yeah, this thing here is where all the steel happens. Yeah, that was the location there. To the west of that is the Rocky Desert. Yeah, I've heard a lot about the Rocky Desert being pretty good. Yeah, again, kind of just did the grassy field since it's my first playthrough on a video. And felt like it kind of necessary, but otherwise it probably would have started up here or just went full into the either one of the deserts. But yeah, this little thing here, just some small steel setup stuff and where I'm doing the motors and everything. I got some early on good blueprints, or not blueprints, alternative recipes that made this a lot easier. Always start in grassy fields now because you can build decent factories there and then build your middle in games elsewhere. Yeah, I feel like it is really quick to get started in the grassy fields when you've kind of like consistently started. I always put everything in the same place almost, except for this one's different, the one that I did here. I normally build the steel factory a little more over in this area instead of over this, but it made sense because there's a bunch of limestone nodes here which are needed in a lot of the steel stuff. But yeah, hey, thanks. I tried my best to make them neat-ish. I know I could have made them less boxy, but for now, I'm not doing anything too decorative. But yeah, I didn't leave too much room for growing, at least if I ever boosted this up. That's where you put your steel plant. It is really nice. The limestone comes in clutch, and the iron and the copper is not too far away if you need it. And this coal is a pure node, so it's wild. I mean, you also have, if you needed, the coal node over here, but yeah, this has been a great location so far. And I've tried to do some logistics underneath. Since I don't have a logistics floor, I try to do some underneath, so not everything's up top, which worked out pretty good. I just didn't do it for everything because I was just in a rush to get things built. Otherwise, I would have tried to run all the belts that I could under. Use the other coal node for coal generators. And tap the coal mine you have for steel to make my weapons factory too. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is a sulfur node somewhere down here, isn't there? So that could be, I think it's like right down here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so could always pull that in a bit. I'm making, I think the only weapons thing that I'm making right now is just the Nobelisk. I don't have the other things made, but it would definitely help if I did. Oh, and I keep forgetting to get a hard drive scan, and I'll come back to all those later. But yeah, the coal node that's right here and stuff, and I guess there is this little bit of water. I built my, I do like this lake. I've used this every time for coal gen. Put a Noblest factory there. Did an ammo factory in the blue crater. Oh yeah, I guess the ammo, as far as rifling goes, you do have to use some oil process stuff, so that'll make sense to put there. Especially turbo fuel ammo, and I think the homing ammo does require some plastic or something like that, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I haven't even used these. Or the iron that's back here. Smokeless powder, which is required for the ammo. Take something from oil. Yeah. I think it might be the rubber, but I can't remember either. Not directly, but uh-oh, hold on. Down. Let me pull out the, there we go. Yeah, this is where I build the coal generators most often. And this time I'm trying to do a little of an aesthetic build with this, but I got some sulfur coming in from that node and then kind of belting down from here. I should have just went straight over the line here, but I went all the way down and over onto the coal. That's kind of in this area. Let's see. Limestone node? Or just temp? That's probably temp. Yeah, there's a copper and iron node right here, and then a limestone node. So there's some decent resources over in this area to build a small thing, which this is where I'm doing the Nobelisk and the black powder. Yeah, so the black powder and then the Nobelisk is getting built here. And I just have some copper and sulfur coming down through this way, and then same thing happening over here. I don't like that area for some reason. No idea why. It's completely irrational. Hey, that's fair. Does it tickle your fancy? Then, you know, that's why I love Satisfactory. You're not locked into one place. If you decide you started in grassy fields and you want to run around or relocate, everything's on the same map. I didn't know that for a while when I was playing early access, that everything was generally on the same map. I was like, yeah. I do have some more things that I want to do here that's going to be aesthetic pieces, but I haven't quite figured that out. I kind of wanted to do some catwalks in this area Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, just doing some... Uh-oh. Catwalks on the side here. Kind of making it look a little bit like a... Even though it's a lake and it's not on a river or nothing. Like a dam kind of thing, but... Yeah, I just got to play with it. Also just been trying to make progress, so I haven't returned to mess with this in a little while. But I might try to do something like this here. And then go down like this. And then figure out something from there. Do a little thing like this and do it on the other side. Get a liquid biofuel setup. Oh yeah, you're right. Which I just unlocked that milestone, the packaging for the biofuel, but yeah, it's it might take me way too long to get to that, but I will get there eventually. Because that fuel is legit for jetpacks. And then also just eventually getting that hover pack will be nice just for building in factories and everything else. So much nicer. But yeah, all the knob is fine. Some generators here. And then that's pretty much it in this area, I'm not gonna lie. Don't think I have too much that I need to worry about bringing to a base or anything. Oh. Hey, you. Ooh. I'll have to look at your streams, some of your past ones, if they're still up or anything, and see what you got. Maybe I can pull some inspiration. And maybe next time if you come into the stream, you might see something that you built and be like, hey, I know what that is. I'm having a hard time trying to pronounce that in my brain right now. Eclectic? Eclectic, okay. Deriving ideas, style, or taste from a broad and diverse range of sources. Not gonna lie, that's probably the first time I've ever heard that word. Eclectic. Hopefully I'm not butchering it either. I started out doing a playthrough, then I started streaming, working on my big builds on the server. Have you found that the bigger builds have been getting more views for you? Like the building kind of side of things, or what have you enjoyed? Maybe you've enjoyed doing the playthroughs more, just haven't gotten the... Not really. Genuinely the same, I assume, then? Let's see, I already got that hard drive over there, so we're good. Enjoy the playthroughs more, but I was hoping the big builds would draw more. Yeah. Those big builds definitely take a lot of time. Or at least for me they do, but I guess if you have the blueprints and everything pretty well figured out, putting together some big builds aren't too bad. I haven't messed around with a lot of the blueprints to get them looking too well. I also probably need to switch my factory swatch on the pipeline, but I don't know what I want all the main colors to be. I kind of stuck to this black and yellow. I do like the default like construction look on the factories. I don't have a general brand color. Not a master at blueprints. I should use a lot more. Same. I should use a lot more blueprints. Especially when it comes to throwing together, like, I can blueprint smelters and constructors and assemblers and make things a lot quicker. Like, as soon as if I move to a new location, I'm just like, all right, I just need to throw some stuff down and get it going, and everything else. Having those blueprints for assembly lines and stuff makes it pretty quick. The Steelers fans. So on my first run through, I did a black and gold just for the hell of it. Yeah, I live in good old Missouri, so Kansas City Chiefs are my team, but I don't watch a lot of football, to be honest, so I'm also not... I like football a lot, though. I just don't watch it a lot, oddly enough. Don't find me, please. I love that you can completely sneak on these and they won't do anything to you. Football is the only sport I do watch, mainly because it's only 17 games. Yeah, that's fair. Sports I enjoy are golf, football. Not much of a basketball fan, but sometimes I can watch like slam dunk contests and stuff. Yeah, I learned that from Total, I think. Oh, the crouching thing? Yeah, I just learned about that not too long ago. I was like, oh my lord, this is a lifesaver. But yeah, golf. So there's way too many golf tournaments for me to find enjoyment in watching them. Sometimes they're slow and boring, but I enjoy the game of golf. And football, yeah, it's just one of those that I have to genuinely find the time to watch and also learn the schedule when games are being played, which I think is mostly on Thursdays and Sundays, and for NFL, maybe it's Thursdays. I don't know. I just need to know the schedule to actually get into it a lot more. Been stupid busy this year, so I haven't really gotten into a groove of some things I'd like to be doing. I do. Yeah, I've got some foundation ones in here, these 5x5 2-meter ones to build up here. And I was doing that. I just ran out of concrete really early. I also don't have a way to get up there right now, so... They do, especially if you decide you want to tear something down early on, like that blueprint dismantle mode, that comes in clutch. Let's see, I just need a ramp. There we go. I'll get it eventually, hold on. There we go. I just need something to be able to get onto real quick. And don't have my jetpack on. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and I just found out why the blueprint snapping wasn't working for a while, because I was trying to just hold control and I was like, man, these aren't snapping. So I was placing a lot of them by hand and then realized that it's a build mode. And I didn't know that, so I was trying to place them all by hand without that. But they do have snapping. It's just on the build mode. I need to eventually get my concrete production up, and because my upload speed is pretty quick. It's actually maxed out, but I just need to get my concrete production up. Yep, I really wish they would make that clearer, or I need to read more carefully. Yeah, I'm not even sure let's see, let's grab that 5x5 again. Like, because the different build modes, I figured even with blueprints, you would, if it's a foundation, you'd still have zoop and vertical for your blueprints. And then you would just, snapping would be snapping. Because that makes sense. What if I wanted to just like place this down in blueprint mode and zoop it? Like, that would make this so much faster. Is that going to go into the... Yeah. I started this out by building perimeter first, so I need to take down some of these. Yeah, could be that they don't want to make it too hard on the engine. I get it. They could just enable it, but then like just reduce the animations on it. Because animations on blueprints, if you're going to be placing a lot, they could just reduce a lot of the animations and the visual effects that are there, and it'd make it a lot faster. On a dev stream. Yeah, that's something, since I'm streaming the game a little bit, I probably need to start looking into some of the streams that they do from time to time. Get some scoops on what's coming to the game. Make it a little nice little thing if I know that. And then you could do a second uploader or another concrete production. Yeah, I just need to get more. I have 2 concrete productions now. I just need to put it in some more uploaders. And then they stream Tuesdays at 10 a.m. EST. Sweet. Yeah, I work from home. Snut's blast. Yeah, what's his handle? Like bust a snut. That's so funny. Like they're so down to earth as a game studio, and I love it. But yeah, I work from home, and typically, like, I'm a software engineer. I just do a lot of software on the web or websites and web dev and software oriented stuff, but so I have time when I work from home to watch some things, and most of the time it's anime a lot, or if somebody's got Satisfactory content up, I'm watching Satisfactory and doing work. In like when I'm in focus time, I kind of put it away, but yeah, I get some time to watch some things, so it's definitely awesome. I love the job. White collar job, I'm very happy with it, and I've never been in a workplace quite like this. And it makes the work-life balance so much easier and nicer. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome job. I love it. General contractor, usually build decks. But an electrician... Oh man, I'm having a hard time reading. But in election years, it gets rough. People don't like spending money. I almost said electrician. Yeah, people don't like spending money. Yeah, they always feel like the economy's going to tank or the world's coming into an end around election. Yeah, I get it. I haven't done a lot of carpentry oriented jobs. But military, I was in the military for a bit, and did heavy equipment operating. So I've done that too, which is like a complete flip of a software engineer. But I've operated some heavy equipment as a job as well. But general contractor and building decks, yeah, I wish I had the knowledge to do more carpentry-oriented work. I like to do that sometime. I just got to get around to it. Just something you kind of learn and you pick up. Have a degree in biochem. I worked in labs for 10 years. Yeah, that's pretty different. That's cool. Degree in biochem, like I assume for 10 years working in labs, did you get a doctorate or like a master's? I don't know what biochem goes up to I'm sure they have a doctorates in it, but That's a pretty cool achievement. We're waiting on more concrete. I might just go back to the base then and put in another uploader or two. Make things a little quicker on the concrete. Oh, shoot. You know what? I do have a blueprint that I should probably put into this save that I just remembered about. It's for the hyper cannons, and it's pretty nice. I just forgot I don't have it in this one. So, what do I call this blueprint? Hypertube cannon, there we go. Yeah, let's grab that one. Then I'll save this again. We're gonna reload this save real quick so that blueprint comes up. No, I should have little things popping up over the message, kind of hiding some of it. Oh, chat. Okay. Oh, there we go. But my wife and I had our kid our junior year, which made college rough. My grades were okay, but not good enough to get into grad school. Yeah, that's tough. Family things, life kind of hits you. I'm just getting into that. I'm pretty young. So, but it's been pretty hard this year, just getting a house and everything else. Have a family that lives in St. Louis, and they have a house on the Lake of Ozarks. So I've been in your area before. It's beautiful out there. It's nice sometimes. Missouri weather, though, you got to be careful. Sometimes it's like you start out the morning with flip-flops, and then later in the afternoon, you're in snow boots. Storms have been kind of laid back. So that's been whatever. I mean, well, not laid back, as less often as I remember them being, but they've been pretty wild here recently. I can't remember. I've been around St. Louis before, but mostly for like cross country and stuff, and it was at a golf course, so I don't know much about the like landscaping out there, but Ozarks is pretty beautiful. Live in Pittsburgh. It's similar here, except we don't get any tornadoes like out west, and they die fast from the hills. Yeah. Luckily, we haven't had to, like in Missouri, Southwest, we haven't had to deal with too many tornadoes or anything. I think there's been like a few, but they were pretty small, and you know, there wasn't huge injuries or anything else. Not much like the huge one that Joplin's known for, but like in our area, that's probably some of the wildest tornadoes is in that area of Southwest. Yep, basically just got to worry about tornadoes here when it comes to storms. Earthquakes aren't a thing. Not really. I actually just experienced my like first earthquake when I was on deployment. So that was neat. But yeah, tornadoes we get often, and luckily don't have to really worry about any hurricanes or nothing. I just want to finish this foundation up here, and then I'll go make the other stuff a little faster on putting some concrete in. I think I can't remember if the what I'm working on at work, I can't remember if the clients are in Pittsburgh or not. I feel like they might be in Pittsburgh, so that's pretty neat. Oh yeah, this snapping is way better than what I was doing. It's just gonna take a lot more concrete. Just that gives us me time to kind of look at these alternate blueprints I've been saving up. Alright, which this one was a horrible rescan early on. I had pretty horrible luck on what was here originally. I think it was like 6 inventory spots, which is decent, but I was looking for an alternate recipe early on. Everybody thinks of Pittsburgh and they think of the 1970s and the steel mills and dirt, but we're mostly healthcare and technology now. Yeah, the steel mills and mostly healthcare and technology. Yeah, new age. Technology's getting... Yeah, those both suck. Yeah, both of these are trash. I already have the iron alloy ingot, which decent, but it was just another one of those that I had to choose. And then I have the wet concrete, which is good to have just for the aluminum stuff later. So I don't want to pick one of them. Yeah, so they don't come up again. Exactly. Is this one the good one? The diluted package fuel? There's a diluted recipe in the refinery stuff that's supposed to be pretty good, and I don't know if it's this one or if it's this one. I think I don't know. Oh, they're both good? Yeah. All right. Yeah, because this one you kind of got to get it as a byproduct. Otherwise, this way you can actually get more. And then this goes in to make plastic or rubber. Where is it at? There we go. Right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I'd more than likely want to do this one first and find this one again. Hope it pops up. Because, yeah, you kind of have to have this one first, but this is the one that gets you the most heavy oil residue per minute to make really good fuel. That makes sense. Well, yeah. I mean, let me know if I just made a horrible choice there or not. I guess I probably did, because I could still use the byproduct versions first and then do package fuel. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure it will come back up. Hopefully. We're not going to really need any smart plating. Yeah. Would say I chose correctly. Oh yeah, that feels good on the conscience at least, but charcoal. I don't think charcoal is going to be necessarily needed unless it's like used in some liquid biofuel in some way. But because then it would make sense. But either one of these are pretty trash. Yeah. Oh, and then I get rubber concrete. Cool. This pure one's not exactly great either, because like I already got the copper alloying it too. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, this one's not going to be really necessary because the wet concrete's a really good one. It's definitely better than the concrete one, but that makes sense for copper. Only takes water and a little less, and you get a bit more. That's good. Yeah, steel rods. I already... Oh, no, wait. I thought I had, but this might be the only alternate recipe for steel rods. I can't remember if there was another one or not. But yeah, 6 rubber for 12 plastic, which not exactly necessary there because that would take 6 fuel, so that's kind of trash. Right on. Yeah, it's definitely a good increase. Yeah. Yeah, either one of these aren't the greatest. I mean, the rods would make sense, but not like 100%. Hmm. At least this one, like doing the alternate for plastic and stuff, I don't even know if I need to really focus on that early on. And then this polymer resin one, which takes 6 to make 13 and 2. So what's the, this one normally takes, so this one, I normally get it as, right. Oh, encased industrial pipe. Yeah, instead of using beams. I guess that makes sense because you can knock out, basically just have like 1 or 2 constructors making beams just to go into a depot when you need it, and then everything else could be pipes because you could use that with the steel rotors, and I think there's another, like a couple of things, but when you can use like the copper wire and stuff for the rotors and stators and motors and stuff, that makes it really good. Plus this, well, I guess the default one you get 6 per minute, so you do get more, but pipes are a little easier. I think. Did it cost less? Right, yeah, and I do have that one too, so that makes sense. Yeah, if you don't have coal, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Wish I could just, I might even get a mod that will allow you to just rescan, but I don't know if I want to cheese the game like that until later on, just to get rid of it. Steel cast plates. I'm sure that's probably a decent one, but oh, and then coke seal, but that takes petroleum coke. I mean, having 100 per minute's pretty good though. Got every hard drive. Yeah, I'll probably try to. I'm sure I'll be on this world for quite a good while. I might try to like even continue building on when I get close to late game, which is still so many hours until I get there, but yeah. I also joked about getting this alternate recipe just so that I don't have to make them again and I can just place down whatever I want, like the miners, so I don't have to make these or anything, but it's not 100% necessary. Recycled rubber, normally, yeah, you can get this through residual, and then either just making it so instead of 60 or 20 per minute, just take some fuel, which is not exactly great to have because you don't want to be putting fuel back into making additional product. Plus, you have to use regular product to turn it back into something else that it's not. I just rescan this one, and then I got this one back. So quick wire cable, but you get less. I don't even know why you would want that. I guess in an area where you don't really have copper, and you just have deuterium and oil. But yeah, I use the HOR recipe for fuel, then make all of my rubber and plastic from the byproduct. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, doing the what is that even called? The polymer resin stuff. Is this one a decent one? Kind of looks like it. Like the polymer resin, you get 13 and then 2 off of this. Yeah, this, I don't know if I'm going to 100% need it. Like, because the rate per minute goes down on how much you can make, and copper's not horrible. Yeah. Yeah, both of these are kind of meh. I might just go with this one and regret a decision later if I really need the quick wire cable. Compacted steel. Oh yeah, it just takes copper coal, but yeah, I already have a solid steel ingot one. I mean this doesn't make sense. Oh, and then I got another one, so that's pretty cool. Oh, this one? Or no, definitely not the bolted frame, right? Just this one. Cover sheets and basically quartz instead of having to refine all the plastic. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, you get 12.5, 24 seconds. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, especially, I'm trying to get everything not to use screws. I was like, I thought I had just seen another one. Yeah, this one I might reshuffle. Because this Coke Steel one, I don't know. I don't know how good Coke Steel is. Like, because well, I guess petroleum coke, like, yeah, you would have to use HOR to get petroleum coke. But you do get a lot of it at the same time if you did, so you would just have to have some iron lying around. And that's only if you need a bunch of steel, but with Mark III miners and the, let's see, there's the other recipe for like solid steel ingot where you could get 60, you could do a decent amount there. Yeah. Could just rescan and see what we got. Like, try to get some better ones. Rigger motors. See, that's the thing. I don't think that this one's easier, by all means. Like, it's harder because you have to bring in quartz and. I mean, quartz isn't too hard, but oh, there's a quick wire cable again. If I wanted to take it, I might just leave these in here. Yeah, might leave these in here until I'm like, well, this makes sense. So I'll just leave this up. Then I have insulated cable, which I guess gives you 100 per minute, which would be decent, but I don't think cable's like crazy utilized in anything except for automated wiring. And I mean, I guess in here. And I don't know all the uses for the crystal oscillators to know if that's a decent alt or not. Oh, is it this one? Yeah. But you do get a lot if you wanted to use some rubber for it. Sounds decent because you get 100 from it. And the steel canister, I mean, I guess it's good if you just didn't want to use plastic, but oh, in the in-game project, gotcha. Oh, I could rescan this one too, but I might want this because that's 100 per minute, so that's pretty good. Yeah, normally I do look them up a little bit, but yeah, I try to make some choices and like live with it without trying to look it too much up. Just experience some of the game, but in other regards, I look them up pretty frequently. Wish I knew. I'm pretty sure there's a spreadsheet or something out there that like ranks like all of the alt recipes. That is like if you find these, like get them first. But I haven't found that yet. But yeah, I'm not sure what to take on this one. May end up rescanning, and then again with compacted steel, that just seems horrible. 10 per minute. They're so tricky to know what to choose. Yeah, and they have so many alt recipes too. So I feel you. I normally do look them up, but I also just want to try to make some choices and see how badly it screws up the playthrough later on. If I'm just like, oh, I don't have this alternate recipe that I came across earlier, then it kind of makes me want to go do some exploration or something. Never used enough to need them. Yeah, if I had to choose something, it'd probably be this one. Pure recipes are nice, I guess, in that regards, just needing some extra water and more of the base resource. And then biocoal isn't going to be necessary. I don't think it's ever necessary. And as far as flexible frameworks go, I assume that there's an in-game project that utilizes a lot of those. What does that kind of take out? Well, it just slightly upgrades per minute by adding 8 rubber and cutting out half of the steel. I'm sure if I need this later, it'll be worth it. Crystal computer alt, where you use just crystal oscillators and circuit boards, goes together really well. I think I do have in the multiplayer world that I was mentioning. I think I do use the crystal computer one. I feel like I do. I know it's pretty nice to set up. I might be. Yeah, on this one, I'll probably just rescan it if I need this later on. I'm sure I'll come across it. Okay, I got even worse, but yeah, that's wild. Guess we'll be doing this. And while that's going, yeah, no rescans on this. I was gonna save this, so yeah, foundry recipes for steel, regular. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Just not having to have the rubber in there, because making the modular frames and stuff isn't too hard. I don't know if I have any alt recipes for the modular frames, but having one of those would probably make it nicer too. I also just have versatile frameworks being automated right now if I ever do need them, so it's not too hard to just leave that in place. And if I store up a decent amount, if I desperately need them for a space elevator or something, which I don't think Phase 4 utilizes them. I think it uses a lot more crazier stuff like the turbo engines or something. I can't remember. Oh, it does use the versatile frameworks in 4. Let's see. Yeah, this insulated cable one's probably going to be nice if I ever wanted a huge input on them to make something, but every space elevator part is used in the next levels. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think the adaptive control units, I guess, use the. Do they? They might use the automated wiring. I just haven't unlocked that milestone. That's probably why I don't see it. I still have those factories up. They're just disconnected. Because I feel like that's what was going to happen, is they'll be used in the next one. I don't know if they completely phased out at some point, but it would make sense for the game loop to go from one on to the next in that sense. But yeah, this alien technology tree, so it works its way up as a part in something else. Yeah. This tree, I've gotten a lot of Mercer Spheres to get through as much upload on this as possible. I have a few to upgrade the stack increase, which will eventually make the concrete stuff nice. And I haven't gone through enough Caterium. Oh, I do have stuff on me now to do this, which I was going to do. I just forgot about it. I would like to start putting some power switches and priority power switches down in some places to kick off certain machines when I don't need them anymore, while also still allowing them to constantly have an overflow system on for tickets and stuff. Just because I mean, it would be cool to get a crap ton of tickets and get the golden nut at some point, buy out the whole shop, but also just want to play with those switches and see how to use them. Before I read that one, I'm going to take a drink real quick. All right. The playthrough series you're making videos for YouTube right now, decided what I wanted to have as my output for the final phase. Put that into Satisfactory calculator to figure out what I would need for each phase and building that amount right away. So my first phase, for example, you need 12.5 smart plates per minute. Yeah, and it might have cut off some of your message there. If you were typing out more, one of the moderations has like a 500 character limit. It's not 100% necessary, but I did put it on, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, there's like a 500 character limit thing, I think, in case it did cut it off or anything like that. So yeah, I need to get this unlocked. That's, yeah, compacted coal. All right, this is all built. That's nice. Basically, smart plating factory at the beginning of the game is going to be 12.5 per minute, and that amount will carry you through to the end of the game at that amount per minute that you need for final products. That's sweet. Yeah, I feel like I should definitely put together a spreadsheet for my factories and like start marking down what the products I'm making per minute are so that I have a good grasp on that later on. I've heard that kind of helps. Like if you're tracking your, can't remember who did it. It was probably What Darren Plays. What Darren Plays did a video where he just went through his factory and he started putting down a lot of things in Millinote of like what his production rates were, and I was like, yeah, that would be actually an awesome thing to start doing. These pipes here also came out really well in this corner. Might have to redo the ones down here at some point. Yeah, some of them. I think I messed up slightly on some of the placements on these, so it'd probably just be something like off stream. I might eventually come back and just like go back through and tidy up just a bit. Those ones look decent, but these ones are off. You can see they're not right. These ones are good. Most of these are probably good. I probably just messed up that one. That little one endpoint down there. Yeah. Yeah, like just that one point I messed up. And did I put this in the right location? Pretty sure. Yeah, so those are in the right location. So Yeah, I'll like eventually come back and fix this little screw up. Or I might not. I'll just cover it up so I never see it again. But now that I did get that figured out, I'll need to put some pumps in, fix the head lift and everything on this oil. Eventually paint these lines, this whole line, to represent some oil. I did that with water as well. I'm going to use these bottom swatches for painting lines. And I typically grab a hex value from the wiki. I'll get like a color picker and I'll snag whatever hex value I get off of the resource that I'm looking at. So like crude oil is obviously a black color, but I'll typically hex value it anyway because it's like a dark gray, and then mess around with it. It does look a little strange, this blue that I use here, but it ain't too bad. Somewhere along the line, I'll probably take out a section and do that water tower trick just to mess around with it some. But like somewhere back here in this zone, I'll probably build a tower with a bunch of pumps that come straight back down. Found a manual online for pipelines in Satisfactory. Need to study it because I always have problems with fluids. Yeah, I need to mess around with fluids a lot more. Oh yeah, I need to get power out here at some point. Just kickstart a lot of this stuff probably. And then I can run some field generators out here. Found a manual, yeah, for the pipelines. I had to read that again because I got sidetracked. As far as fluids go, I haven't had too many issues. I've typically seen that a lot of the times if you're having issues with fluids, a lot of people use the valves in certain situations to stop backflow, which I hadn't thought about. Is like if you want to make sure that where you've connected it up into like another line, for instance, if you like T intersectioned and you don't, I guess you can backflow fluids or something, and you don't want that to happen. If you have like a steady 600 rate and you place a valve to the left or right and you have an odd number in the middle or something, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff with the pipe that I need to read up on too. But I've seen valves being used for cool things. This thing here kind of ticked me off that it wasn't in the same spot. That looks nicer. Well, if you don't mind sharing the manual, I'll probably need to take a look at it at some point. Oh yeah, this is a corner I need to redo. Let's just take this out for a sec. Problem that can happen with the junctions and pipes. Yeah, Bits, what was he trying to do? Like the, oh, I guess the junctions I don't, but I know about the, like the, let's see, like the wall supports, the wall holes or floor holes. I've seen one of the hot fixes was supposed to fix an issue with that. Like these holes not actually connecting up and causing issues. But yeah, I don't know about the junction issue, actually. If you snap a junction in place, onto an existing pipe, there's an extra pipe in the junction that can allow too much volume in the pipe and cause issues. When you snap a pipe to a junction, it joins on the edge, so there's less value. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. I normally don't try to do that too often anyway, where I'm like snapping things onto an existing line, like splitters and mergers and stuff like that, I'll typically just delete the belts and place them by hand and then connect them up anyway, but I didn't even think about like doing this. Yeah. Alright, all of this is pretty good now, except for this that I did here, so I'm gonna fix this real quick. So deleting this. Okay. Sweet, hey, thank you. Let's see, do they have the ta-da emoji? Oh, they do. Heck yeah. Pipeline manual. I'll definitely read that when I get the chance to. And then, well, I guess having this here isn't gonna hurt. That'll solve the problem. Because it's just on a straight anyway. No problem. Hope it helps. I'm sure it will when I get to when I actually decide to read it. I procrastinate on things, but or you probably already understand all that, and part of the 99% of the population that understands pipe. I don't understand pipes that well. Not really. I just know that in most cases, if I'm doing something and I want to avoid throwing bunch of pumps on something just to like split and balance it on each end or something. Brain tends to think in a very linear fashion. Hey, I mean, you've beaten the game, so that's even more than I've accomplished. And I'm trying to do too much with these curves right now, so that's saying something. Yeah, I didn't even need this little part that was right here because this is just kind of straight anyway, so I think all the pipes are finally fixed and they don't look like garbage. Well, they weren't quite garbage. They were pretty good. But took many trips to my aluminum plant to flush the water. Yeah, see, that's why I've heard the wet concrete is really good to have so that you have something to do with that excess water that's in the system. But I've barely touched aluminum in that multiplayer world that I was in. And we just barely set something like so inefficient up that I haven't even seen that. Yeah, it is. But I want to get it to work without the wet concrete. Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure once I get to it, I'll probably spend some time messing around with it. And if I have to, I'll probably use wet concrete. And even if I have to, then that wet concrete, you know, it'll just be something nice to have to making excess if I really need it. But limestone's very abundant anyway. Oh, I like this. This came out pretty well. Nice. Yeah, I'll probably work on some blueprints to do with some of these refineries that I want to do up here. Made a second aluminum plant where I did the wet concrete and I just sunk it. Yeah, that's fair. Can always sink it too. I'd probably do both if I really needed to, just like set up a depot and a sink. Early on, since I'm just on carbon power right now, I haven't done a lot of overflow systems unless it was on something that like had a lot of points, which AI limiters apparently have like 960 points, which is more than the reanimated Sam, which is wild. those are like the only two things I'm sinking right now is reanimated SAM. Because you get a whole lot of it, and I don't have the manufacturer unlocked yet to make the SAM fluctuators and whatnot, but AI limiters are overflowing, and then they'll go into a sink at 960 points, which is pretty cool. Early on, though, if you like restart a game, as soon as you get reanimated SAM, it's some of the best things to like overflow as an early game resource because it's so simple. That's what I found was really easy to get me tons of points if I didn't do a lot of exploring, of course, for making DNA capsules and had the duplication up, but that's what worked for me to get a lot of the shop stuff unlocked. Yeah, I've heard that. I would definitely say it tends to be the case. It worked pretty well on my end, at least, because I like to have as many of these things unlocked as possible early on, because I do like to have the building options, and a lot of them are in these blueprints of mine that I have, so I kind of needed to rush some of them. Trying to think of something to do right now, and I might just go back and work on the concrete, getting another additional loader so that when I decide to build more, I have that, because I built the rig, and I don't know if I want to start on oil processing. And as far as the stream goes, I haven't been, this is my fault, but I haven't been going to sleep that well. So my sleep schedule has been kind of screwed up. So I'll probably be closing stream, not soon, but probably around, I'd probably head off around 10, maybe 10:15 or 10:30 even. So just a heads up there. So I'll probably do something lightweight, go back, work on the concrete a little bit, and then next stream, I'm hoping to be hopping on tomorrow and doing some streams. My YouTube series started in the Northern Forest, made the rebar gun right away, it's a must. Then went through the Rocky Desert, down the Gold Coast. Yeah, I need to go to sleep soon. Same. Then went through the Rocky Desert, down the Gold Coast where you are now, then to the grassy fields, collecting hard drives, Mercer Spears, summer sloops, ended up with, yeah, that's a lot. 65 tickets when I sing. Yeah. It's really nice right out of the gate if you just like get the exploration one and done, especially with the amount of Mercer Spears you can collect early on. You can almost unlock everything in the technology tree like really quick and kind of boost your momentum. But yeah, here before too long. I'll definitely be wrapping up. Oh. Let's see. You go this way. Then I'll just take this way all the way back to the coal power plant and grab the zip line. Uh-oh. I don't know if I do anything wrong with these zip lines, but I'm pretty sure you have to jump off of them when you like want to continue on to the next one, unless you actually build like the big platforms. Hello, Bean. You're gonna knock me off, aren't you? Yep. Unless you build like the big power towers, which are nicer for zip lines. But yeah, I wish they would just like let you phase through the power line. Yeah. Kind of sucks, but I get it. There's a literal pole in your way. Probably unlock this one first eventually once I get to it. This one doesn't take too much. I could probably... No, I couldn't unlock it now, but I could soon. I don't really need the Mark IV stuff right away. Feel like you used to move a lot faster with them, or you could increase your speed, but I couldn't in 1.0, so I didn't use it much. Yeah, as far as the zipline goes, I only really ever use it early on for some pretty quick movement. Once I set up my cold power, it's mostly just get between here and there, and then hyper tubes. As soon as I get those and a parachute, I'm just using those to launch myself from location to location. Here's a little concrete setups that I got going, and I guess I do have some. Yeah, this is my power right now is bad. I am under max consumption for sure, but I need to increase my capacity. And I don't have a lot of things overclocked. I think the only thing that's probably putting the most strain on the power is like whenever the duplication's going. But this is doing very minimal at 90 per second to run both of these and get this going. So I probably just need to just put multiple of these depots down and make it faster there. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of concrete to kind of mess with. Alright. I also just want to remove it from clipping in the ground like that. So we'll get out a little smart splitter here. These don't have to be Mark III, but might as well. Oh, I didn't have to place this either, but I think I just placed that for future needs. Nice. Okay. Now my plan with this is to, like, put something like this. Nudge that in the center, and then nudge that in the center. I don't have to put two of these, but I'm gonna. Or I guess actually. Yep, screw it. What else? Then I'll go into this one, put a lot in here. There we go. And then I'm gonna need to grab another Mercer-Sphere. Bunch of the frames I have being built, fluctuators I got built, we're good. Okay. I'm gonna increase it a little bit. Or should. And I got max upload rate, so that'll help. And then I could do something similar over here. But I don't think I really need to, not too much at the moment. But yeah, this is using 90 and 90. And then just on the throughput lines here, I can finally upgrade them. meant to do this, but alright. Sweet. And the hard drive was done. Yeah, this will probably be the last thing that I do, and I'll wrap up the stream. Just look at the last couple of hard drives and be calling it there. I could definitely feel my eyes getting like heavy on me, so I'd probably fall asleep at this desk sooner than later. Tempered Caterium. Not really sure that makes much sense, doubling the... Like, you don't even get double output for doubling the amount of Caterium you need. Plus, you have to make petroleum coke, so that... Well, I guess you get 3 per... 22.5 per minute versus whatever the base is. Copper rotors, not really necessary. Oh, there's a pure Caterium? Yeah. Okay. I'll definitely shoot for that one, because this one kind of trash. And this one, I already have the steel rotor, which completely obliterates screws and makes it easier to make stators and the motors. Or I guess rotors and stators make a motor, so motors are easier. So I'll probably just rescan. Molded steel pipe. I know the molded recipes are decent if you're like looking to increase production rate where you really need it. Coke stealing it. I mean, having 100 is decent, but make petroleum coke again. Probably just select this one. Yeah, and everything else I'll be able to do some more research. Yeah, and all this stuff I might just need to sync. It's extra stators that I have that I don't really have use for at the moment. Probably clear out my inventory and of these right here. Put the hard drives, immersive sphere back in. I got nothing else in here to really pull out at the moment. Guess I do have some plastic and rubber from something. Alright, yeah. Well, since it is 10, I think I'll be trying to close up the stream. And CradonGames, hey, appreciate you coming and communicating and having a good time. Really enjoyed having you here, so appreciate you coming. And for anybody who watches this on YouTube, hey, Cradon is also streaming, so hey, if you're watching and you want to support me, also go support Cradon. I'll probably try to go to the YouTube description and put his links in mine as well on this episode, so if you happen to come across it, and I'll look forward to trying to put it in supported channels. So keep an eye out on that. I don't have many viewers, but for those that stumble across it, little Easter egg for you. In the event that you are coming from YouTube and you enjoy the content so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. And if you don't mind and you have a Twitch platform or a Twitch account, I would also appreciate the follow there. Even if you don't catch the streams, everything is very appreciated, so we'd love to support that way. And there's other ways to support the channel, but it's all monetized related, and I don't really care for that. I'd rather you just get the pure enjoyment out of the stream, and that is just a bonus if you ever feel the need or want to. So don't ever worry about it. Just really happy for everyone that came, and looking forward to the next one. And we'll be probably actually started on some oil stuff in the next episode, so stay tuned. But for now, we'll catch you in the next one.